Hello everyone. Today I am joined by a very special guest. His name is Mr. Sagar Sheth, and he is a very ambitious, talented individual with a tenacious mind. He believes in putting his utmost effort in something. Once he sets his mind to do something, he does not stop until he accomplishes it. Despite his busy schedule, he keeps trying new ideas and stays on his toes. He is an IT engineer by background and a pass out from NMIMS, and he has completed his MBA in finance from the same college. He joined his family managed business legacy. He is the fourth generation of the educational book publishing company Set Publishing House, and has also founded his new self-publishing venture known as Ink Your Thought. So, thank you for joining me today. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you,
My,
Mobani.
my first question would be, what prompted you towards joining your established publishing house?
So I think my journey started well back, almost like 5 to 7 years back. So I was already studying, as you rightly mentioned, that I was doing a MBA from NMIMS. So I already had an entrepreneurial journey in my mind, and I always wanted to become an entrepreneur. So hence I opted out also of placements and all, because I thought that we've been taught of entrepreneurship, then you should practice that, and not just just not like get a job for. I thought that it's good to join my legacy. Anyways, it's like almost 45 years old in the market. So I thought, being the next generation, I can come out with some fresh ideas and try out some new things which the previous generation could not do, or maybe it was like it posed to be difficult during their time. So that's how I ended up, taking the entrepreneurial path and
You
joining my
are
legacy
you are
company.
bringing in fresh thoughts and ideas into the already existing and flourishing company.
Exactly. That's where my contribution lies, because coming as a new generation, you always need to come out with some new stuff. Be in par with what's happening in the market, the current trends which are going on with the current technology. There's so much digitization around, so we should tap that kind of market. So that's why I thought that we can add a lot more to what's currently happening.
So, what drives you to be associated with a platform like Monomousumi Services?
So Monomousumi, so how it happened? So Monomousumi is like when we just ventured out into a new organization. So that's how Monomousumi came into picture. So I got a mail one day. I was in my office and I got a mail from Moshumi Paul, that they are what are we into, and they give a brief description about their services. And then I came to know that they're editorial services, and they give a lot of editorial services to people. So our goals kind of got aligned together, because our main idea of what we both are doing, both organizations doing, are pretty similar. So we thought that why not let's get together and get associated, and let's take it ahead, and let's see how this works out. And that's been like more than almost like 1.5 year now, and the experience is wonderful. I'm sure even they benefited a lot from us, and I'm sure we benefited a lot from them as well. So that's where the collaboration comes into place, and we're very well happy and satisfied as getting associated with Monomousumi.
It is a lovely
And I think likewise
collaboration.
for them.
Yeah, it is a lovely collaboration
Thank you.
indeed. So, do tell us
Thank you.
about the unique features of Ink Your Thought.
So, Ink Your Thought, as it rightly says, you create, we publish, and our tagline is ideate, write, publish. So, these three words are talking about where there are three different journeys a author takes. First, they get an idea in their mind, which is called an ideation. What to write about, what are trending things, what will sell. Some people writing with passion, so that's where ideate comes. So when the writing part comes, they always have a written manuscript with them as to what kind of flow they want in their book. Because see, self-publishing, as I said earlier, self-publishing is a process where the author is driving the entire book. The author is like behind the entire book. The driving force is by the author, not by the publisher over here. Publisher is merely, helping, getting you, giving you the right tools to get your book in the market. So that's where self-publishing is how a very new and a very emerging concept, and a lot of people are actually going with it because now they're getting the power that we can write a book what's in our mind. We are not a notable author, but still we can get our ideas across, get it printed, get it published, get it distributed, and then they are like becoming well renowned. If you know this author, the Vayu Putras, Mr.
I do.
Amish,
I
he's a
do. I do.
self-publisher. So, if you talk about any success story or any author which has done a self-publishing, Amish is one of them. And now you know where Amish is. So the entire point I want to tell all these authors around who are listening to me that self-publishing is a very powerful concept. If you have an idea, if you know it can sell, or if you want to, get something is very close to your heart or very sentimental about it, then do go ahead and publish it, and don't think you have to print a long in bulk numbers, because see, we are all about lean management now. That we can produce, you can just try putting a manuscript, we can test the water, test the market, how it's doing, and then we can take the further course of action. So that's how Ink Your Thought is beneficial to a lot of people, because it's not going to like making you hoard inventory or something like that, and it's not going to take a lot of investment also from your side, because that's a very big factor for authors.
A lot.
How much money am I going to spend? How much is going to cost me? Is this going to be beneficial? Am I going to get rate of return or return on investment on this? Is my hard work what I'm putting is going to convert? Is going to materialize? Well, these are some questions you need to answer at a later bit. But first, I feel that if you're passionate about it, just write it. Go ahead, go with the flow, and see where it takes you. So that's where we are.
So, from the audience point of view, I'd like to ask, how is self-publishing different from traditional publishing?
Very nice question indeed. So traditional publishing. So I'll just give you like describe. So I think my all the audiences know what traditional publishing is, but I'll take it over once again. The traditional publishing is a concept where we used to go to traditional publishers. So for example, today you've written a book and you wanted to get it published, and you don't have the right resources for it, and neither do you have the right know-how for it. So I think the normal course of action for anyone would be like, okay, I've written a book, I want to get published, let's go to a publisher. So then you shortlist a lot of publishers. So in traditional publishing, normally what happens is that to get the cost down, if you're commercially trying to sell the book, you can't have a very big price tag to your book. You have to fit in that window of the market where differently priced varieties of books are available for your book to get picked up. Okay. So to get to that cost, you need to print in bulk number. It's all economies of scale which works in all industries. So the same works in our printing and packaging and publishing industry as well.
Right.
So for example, you want to have a book written, so you need to minimum go for say almost 3,000 copies, 5,000 copies. All that matters a lot. So that is what traditional publishing is. But in traditional publishing, there's one more thing. The biggest disadvantage is the royalty. So here the traditional publisher is going to put in all his resources and everything. So he's going to take major chunk of the cake of the pie which is there. So the author will feel pretty demotivated that this is my content and everything I've written is my intellectual property, and why am I as an author not having the rights on my own content? So that's where the main difference lies. Where in self-publishing, everything that I mentioned earlier is driven by the author. It's all author-driven, and author is like at the center of everything. They are taking the calls. We, as a self-publisher, will be helping you, to actually ideate well. We'll guide you. We'll do a lot of hand-holding with you. Where if you don't have the know-how, we'll teach you. We'll educate you as to how things are. And the best part is that 100% royalty on sales is given to the author. Of course, subtracting some minimal operational costs like shipping and some transactional fees which are there. But that accounts to be a very minor percentage of the entire royalty. So that's how self-publishing is different from traditional. Another point being in self-publishing is that when I said about talking about feeling the market, getting the market review of your book, testing the waters, how your book is doing, how fair well your book is doing in the market. So you print less. Initially, you might just print a few couple of hundred copies. just to distribute around your friends and your families, just to get a critical acclamation of how your book is doing. And you might just give your book to some notified critic or some book reviewer, and after that you go for main publishing. So self-publishing wouldn't take a very big investment from your side. As I said, money is a big factor, and confidence as well. So both are taken care in self-publishing. It's not like a leap of faith you're taking. In traditional publishing, it might work, it might not work. Today you're a Chetan Bhagat, it might work. You are a notable author, it might work. But tomorrow if you're some unknown author, so you don't know if it's going to work or not. So that's why how you should self-publish, be confident about what you've written, and sell it across. And more and more readers read your book. That's our main aim on vision over here.
Then I can say it in a sentence that self-publishing gives the power for every writer to become an author in some way.
Right, very rightly framed in one sentence, and I have totally abide by that. And that's the motto and goal and objective we work with.
So, mentions the kind of books that Ink Your Thought publishes.
So, Ink Your Thought, since self-publishing, we have various genres, like we have fiction, non-fiction. There is a romantic novel written by somebody. Then now we've started, publishing a scientific thesis, research work done by, PhD holders, PhD graduates have written their thesis, put in so much research on their subject. So now, once they've, done the research, they want to, commercially sell their book and their research as well to people, and they want their research to be read and not just be in a journal. So now we've been publishing into scientific research as well. Then we have literature, we have thrillers, sci-fi, technological thrillers, biographies. So I think it's endless. The genres
It's a
are, you
long
name it,
list.
and we can do that. Yeah, it's like sky is the limit kind of objective here.
Right.
So there is no boundaries in the kind of subject or the kind of book you can self-publish.
So,
That's the entire power.
any success story that you would like to share with our viewers?
So I would, as I said rightly before, also we have been pretty much collaborated with Monomousumi here, and so we have, as I said, Monomousumi as in the front end, and with their collaboration, they are also getting a lot of authors on their platform as well, who are like self-publishers, who are school-going students. They are like studying, like graduating, appearing students. They're like a lot of, they have a very wide variety of audience which are there, and we've happily self-published many of books of their authors, and now those books are selling widely on online portals like Amazon. As you know, Amazon is one of the biggest marketplaces, and a lot of authors have put their books on Amazon, and now it's selling like that. So I can share a lot of success stories of self-published authors with us. And on the other ground, we have a lot of other authors also who published educational books, like a book on math, a book on science. Then we have people who've written some poetries and poems about their travel journeys. They're publishing that. Then I have another author who's has a very emotional touch to his book, because that book is about his son. So his book is titled as Growing Up with My Son, and he's written everything. His son is almost about 10 to 12 years old now. So all about his 12, 15-year-old journeys, about how his son was before being born and now, and what kind of conversations he's doing with his son. So that a lot of fathers and mothers and parents can kind of relate to what he's written. And once you've published a book, then you can you can go and translate it in different languages. So for anything, sky is the limit. You should know what you want to do, and how far do you want to go with the book, how well your book is doing. So success can be measured, I think, again with the author, that what he wants to do with the book. So we will always tell you the best plans, the best ways you should do in the market. But in the end, it depends on the author. Author's mindset is a very important and crucial role over here. What they want out of it, because we are trying to get their idea into reality, right? Understanding what they had in their head, now we have it in our hands. Or it can be a paperback book, it can be an ebook version, but it's there. When someone else reads your book and appreciates your content, what you've written, and critically acclaims it, that's the kind of self-satisfaction an author gets, and the confidence which comes with it. is something different.
You are executing the ideas that the authors have in their mind. That's something really good.
Right. Thank you.
So, as you talked about Amazon, as a publishing house, what strategies do you have for the promotion of an author's book?
So on Amazon or any e-commerce, so if you're talking about e-commerce websites right now, I think Amazon is one of the top leading websites globally, not even in India. It's global, and we all know that. And especially for books, they have a very wide variety of collection for books because Amazon started with books earlier when they started. See, now they have diversified into a lot of products and all. But now when we're talking about books, we have different strategies in place. We have a lot of advertising strategies, what we do on Amazon. Because see, now Amazon basically is one of the biggest marketplaces. So we have lot of listings on Amazon. So, you write a book as an author or someone writes a book as an author. It's pretty important that book listing is visible for other buyers to buy. You can provide a book listing to other people. That's one of the strategies. But one of the marketing strategies is the author will do a lot of one-to-one word of mouth kind of review of the book. But the other one, which is more successful, is getting your listing correct on Amazon, writing about your book, having a well description in place, which is exactly what a buyer wants to read. Because see, people are not going to. Some people are going to, like most of them are going to judge your book by the cover, as it's rightly said before as well. So cover should be pretty attractive. What you're going to sell, because as per me, every listing gets about I think around 4 to 5 seconds only of a buyer's attention. And in that 5 seconds, if you can grab that attention with the name of your title of your book, with the kind of graphical cover you have, then only the person is going to click on that book, and then will actually contemplate if they want to buy the book or not, or how it goes ahead from there. Like it's going to go to the cart, it's going to be added to a wish list, or it's going to add to a cart, or it's going to be a buy now option. We always go for a buy now option because that's more important, because that's actually confirming a sale of your book, a successful sale. And once selling starts, automatically Amazon also has a listing criteria. So it has a book rank. So basically Amazon has a rank for all the products it has. So for example, in books, so it has even your book has a particular rank. So more and more, if your rank becomes better, it increases, and it comes in your top 1,000 books, top 500 books. That's when your actual sale starts.
So, does Ink Your Thought provide the author with the one-stop solution for all his publishing needs?
Good question. So when you say one-stop shop solution, is from pin to plane, we need everything and anything what the author requires. And my answer to that question is going to be a quick yes, because we do. And so when you say one-stop shop solution, we have all the services what a conventional author would require. So right from editorial services, which are pre-press, like you just write a book, then you want to design a cover. So we have professionals on our team which are continuously design a cover for you. And if then we have proofreading services, editing services. Then we'll do the book layouting and formatting for a book. So that these are the pre-press services I was talking about. But in traditional publishing, this is where it ends. Your journey ends. But in self-publishing, this is not where it ends. So once your book is ready to be printed, then we'll be giving you we'll give you a few printed copies, or complimentary author copies will be provided to you.
Right.
So you actually get a feel how the book looks like. Additional printing is required. We'll do additional printing of your book as well at actual cost, whatever the cost of the book is, at printing cost. Then we'll help you distribute your book in India, online as well as offline channels. Internationally also, we are linked and listed with a lot of international book distributors. Like we have Barnes and Nobles, we have Ingram. There are a lot of, there is Kobo. These are different ebook distributors as well, which are there. Then we have Amazon KDP as well, Kindle Desktop Publishing as well. So that's how we'll help you, give the book. I didn't mention about the ISBN service and the copyright. See, ISBN services is very mandatory for an author. So if you ask me what ISBN is, I'm not very sure. See, the audience listening to this would kind of heard the word ISBN many times. So ISBN actually The full form ISBN is International Standard Book Number. I for International, S for Standard, B for Book, and N for Number. So how we have a car registration plate which is unique for all vehicles and kind of identifying which car is yours with the registering authority. Similarly, ISBN has a similar concept where your book is the entire world is given a specific number, which is like a identifying number for your book. So the same number is going to be very unique, and no other book in the entire world is going to have that number.
Right.
So of course, we have if you anytime turned at the back of the book, you'll have a barcode kind of a book, and you'll have a number written there starting from 9, 7, 8. So that entire number is a 13-digit or a 15-digit number, which is printed behind the book, and that number with your book name and all is listed with the authorities. So ISBN is an international authority. So every country has a registration authority of the ISBN. For example, in India, we have the Raja Ram Mohan Roy authority, which looks after all the ISBN needs of any client. So ISBN also we do, and we provide you get your book an ISBN number. Then we have copyright as well. A copyright is, as the name suggests, it will prevent anyone from copying your content, because content is king. And in the end, for any author, content is of much importance, because that is the main your bread and butter of any author, the content. So with copyright laws in a country, we'll also file an application for copyright for the author. So that's kind of service we need to we provide to our authors. Then I spoke about editorial, I spoke about distribution. In marketing and promotions, we'll help you market your book online and offline both. With online, we can do an online press release for the author. We can do for promotional website, we can make a promotional website for the author, because we have web development services as well in place, where we'll make a author website. Then we can make a video trailer of your book. So such things are marketing and promotional things we can do. And online, when I say online, these are one of the offline modes of marketing. Online, we can have book promotions on pages like Amazon. We have a book review page called Goodreads, which is again an international page. But a lot of authors it's like an author forum where authors come together. They give a review on your book, on how your book was there written. So you get to know what was right. In the second oncoming edition, you can you know what changes to make. Where can it become better? What is commercially and viably sellable? So these are some points we do, and all in all, we do a non-exclusive agreement with the author. So safeguard the author's right with us as a publisher. So, as we say, any work we do is called the works, and we get into a works contract, where the entire intellectual property rights of the entire content of the book will be with the author themselves and not with the publisher. The publisher is merely just giving some kind of services to the author, and by services doesn't mean that the rights of the book and the content belong to the publisher. It will always belong to the author himself or herself. And I think safeguarding rights in this world where a lot of copying and everything is happening is very important, because in the end, the intellectual property right only has all the value of the entire, and it's where the hard work lies, and we would like to protect it with the different laws. So if someone does that, then we can always fight back, get a legal stand to it. So this comes later, but educating our client is very important. Then we give services like project management services, where a dedicated project manager will be with you, helping you, hand holding with you all the time. Will help you. Then we have a business coach. He will push you to write your books. Sometimes authors also do get stuck. Authors are like, okay, I don't know what to write, and they're just like writing and tearing these pages off and just doing and deleting content all the time. So there we have a lot of experienced editors on board who know what is for what genre. We have subject matter experts. So we have basically InCure has an empanelment of all kind of vendors which are there. So that's when we said, you rightly said, that is InCure a one-stop solution. It is, because from pin to plane we offer everything and anything, and once you come to us, you'll be like made sure that your book is getting into the market and you won't feel any hiccups. We have a lot of past clients who've given us positive testimonials about our services. So that's all available. So yeah, pretty much all is good.
So with the arrival of ebooks and audiobooks, how do you see the market of paperback versions?
So I would say, good question. So ebooks are like, as we said, everything is coming into the entire digitalization domain, and everything is coming digital now. Like firstly, digital was coming before, but now digitalization is everywhere. Now it's coming to books as well. As you said, we have ebooks, we have audiobooks, but I still have met a lot of people who feel, are of the old school of thought, or even young people like you, who want to have the feel of a book in their hands. They want to, flip the pages. They should know what paper feels like, reading it, put a bookmark inside it. Of course, all this is possible in digital book as well. We can do a bookmark. We can pick up right from where we left off. But the book, the paperback version gives a very different feel to it. And anyways, we are coming to ebooks. Ebooks is also a very good concept because we have such good devices like the Kindle reader, which is from Amazon. And now we have a lot of PDF readers. You read books on your iPad, your iPhone. There are a lot of book reading applications available as well. Now we can just import your book and you can read there. That's a different field. But I feel both have their pros and cons. Like an ebook can be carried anywhere, and it's just in your phone or in your device, and it's very easily accessible and a click of a button. Where a book can be a little bulky at times. If you're having a small person, you don't have the space for it. But the pro for the book will be like the feel, the aesthetics, what we say, the look and feel is also a very important factor to satisfaction, which comes out of reading it. And more than satisfaction is the passion as well, which comes along of reading. And how better can you read, how, and the reading speed, a lot of factors. So paperback or hardbacks are not going to get totally obsolete or totally get removed from the market. Though print numbers can become less if ebook is picking up more. But there are ways we can monetize the ebook market as well, where you don't need to make your book free. So initially when ebooks came into picture, people thought it's going to be all free of cost and all, but it's not like that. Today's authors are pricing their ebooks very close to what they price their paperbacks as well. For example, a paperback version of your book might be selling at a 399 or a 499 or a 349. Similarly, an ebook version, I'm talking about rupees. Okay, so similarly, an ebook version of the same book would not be like less than 99. It'll be almost like 299 or 259, 249. So there's not much difference in the cost what the customer is going to pay. So in the end, hence a lot of customers, they end up going for a paperback itself because they're like, no, we like to preserve our book. There are no digital rights management in the book where my book will get deleted after a particular time period is over, after a particular tenure. They're going to have that book in their bookshelf for their life.
Right.
They can probably give it to other avid readers as well. There are a lot of book clubs where they distribute books and they exchange a lot of books, and they share their ideas on what the author said, their interpretation of the book. So all that is going to be there, and that's as you're moving ahead, technology is drastically changing and improving for the better as well. But I feel some old things which are there since so many years are not going to get wiped off completely from the market. So my message to all the authors, that if you think that my paperback won't be sold, you're totally mistaken. No, there's a very large audience right out there who likes hold a book in their hand, flip the pages, read across, and get in the vibe of the book and what the author wants the reader to come into, and you'll be totally engrossed in the content. So it's gonna be there.
As a
That I think
literature
answers my
fanatic, we
question.
are. So,
Exactly.
lastly, any message that you would like to convey to the writers out there who have a dream of becoming an author?
Writers out there should be, I would say, that if you have a dream in mind, so I think that's where the ideation is already in place, and that's how ideation should look like. So I would say that totally buckle up, write fast, don't be more confident. Never be underconfident that nothing will sell. Always be confident what idea can sell and what's commercially there. Have an idea of the market as to what's in the market and what's going on, so that can totally boost your confidence and get you writing, and you'll be penning down all your thoughts, because thoughts are something which keeps flowing, and if you break that flow of thought, then what you're kind of writing gets hampered, especially for the new writers, because the old and experienced writers who are doing this in the quite a long time, then they can kind of pick up from where they left off, and they have the a frame of story in their mind, and they know how to get the flow. But for the new ones there, please just keep on typing, and there's no word limits. You can always get a book edited later on if you feel something is not required in your book, which is not of importance. We can remove that, but don't break the don't break the flow of your thought, and be confident everything is going to sell. Publish your book, and it's all going to be well only. And in the end, at least even for a first time author, the downside if your book doesn't sell, we'll talk about both aspects of it. A positive aspect is everything is selling, nothing like it. Even if it doesn't sell, it will internally also expose you to a lot of things in your own self. You'll become more confident. You'll have start believing in yourself more, that I can do this. This is my, and especially when that work of your literary work is in your hand, when you're reading it, you'll be like, okay, no, this is what I have done, and this is mine. This is my content. You can proudly say that, and that self-esteem which comes, that self-confidence which comes with it, is nothing like it. So guys, please go, and if you're stuck, don't be stuck. Continue, and please publish your book and finish your book. Firstly, finishing your book is very important. I have a lot of clients who come to us, and they've been trying to write a book since almost 5 years, and then they're like, sir, we could not finish it because I'm getting stuck in this ending, or this climax is not fitting well. I'm not totally convinced of things here. But I totally tell them that no, you should actually feel. They come and ask us, what do you feel? So we give them a lot of guidelines and ideas, how a climax should be, how can you get that thrill of a reader, how to change that, in a book. Because see, book is doesn't have any visual idea to it. Like a movie has a visually thing, so you can keep looking at it, and your mind also keeps changing. In reading, the author has to put everything in the book. Attention there is very important. That the flow of the book which comes, the chapter-wise flow is very important, because then only if you don't leave your author in an awe, the reader in an awe, to say, then they won't be continuing a book or reading further. So it's very important. So I think success is everywhere, guys. Just believe in yourself, and just keep writing poems, stories, fictions, whatever you want to get it out there, whatever is inside you. Trust me, at the end of your writing journey, you're just going to end up writing more and even more after that. So I think this is just a starting point. You should start, and then you can see where your journey takes you.
Thank you so much for this lovely prep talk, and it was lovely talking to you, especially a person who is knowledgeable and of this field. People need to know some nuances of this field which we are not aware of. Thank you for sharing it with us. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much to actually give me this chance and this platform to actually get my thoughts across, and to all the audiences listening to me. Thank you so much, and I hope you all got something useful out of this, and you all are continuing with your journey. And thanks to the Monomousumi team as well, because we've been closely working together, and we are going to go way ahead, and our collaboration is going to take a lot of a new look, and we are very excited to work with them in the future.
Yeah, may this collaboration prosper a lot. Thank you for joining me. It was lovely.
Thank you so much. Thank you.